you were talking a lot about who to keep and all of that. So as far as the money goes,
mm-hmm.
earlier, at one point this season on Schwarber, I said, give that man a blank check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking
a lot of us
that
did.
back. Yeah, I'm going to walk that back. Like you said, he's a DH. He'll be 33 at the start of next season. His power numbers are not going down, at least not from April to September. But when you're getting to October every year and failing, I can't justify saying give him a blank check. I would love to keep him. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to overspend on him. And I think now might be a good time to transition into this topic. Is the window shut? I mean, I don't know about you, but I see Nick Castellanos getting traded after all the drama surrounding him this season. We've discussed Schwarber. You mentioned JT Realmuto. He'll be a 35-year-old catcher, which is ancient that position.
Yes.
Now,
but he's also a unicorn at that position. I mean,
yeah.
It's
absolutely.
It's not quite apples to apples, but like you said, he's 35. What do you like? How many more years are you going to get out of him?
Right, and he was the team's most consistent hitter in the postseason. But I mean, You're not going to move him to DH if you have Schwarber, obviously.
Right.
At best, I think he comes back on a very short 1, maybe 2-year deal. I think you mentioned Marsh could be gone. Trey Turner and Bryce Harper aren't going anywhere with those contracts, but neither of them are getting any younger. And there are guys that I didn't mention. You mentioned Kepler earlier. My original question was going to be, is the dream over with this bunch? But it clearly is for the vast majority of them. I guess the better question is any window still open right now, or is it shut for the time being?
I'm ever the optimist. So I think if they are able to sign Schwarber and they are able to sign JT and they are able to get a little bit of something for some of these other players that are going to walk, I think there could be another year. I don't, when I look at the landscape of the National League, especially, I don't really look at the American League much until it comes time for the playoffs. So I don't really know a whole lot that goes on there, except for a little bit with the Yankees and the Red Sox, because, we're so close to the markets, you hear enough about them. But, as far as the National League goes, the Dodgers have that, they have the huge payroll. Okay. It is what it is with them. You almost have to chase money with them to keep up with them. The Dodgers will be back next year. Their window certainly is open for at least another year, maybe 2, depending on injuries and whatnot. I was surprised at how quiet Ohtani was for the Phillies series.
Yeah, and then they put him on
because I was really, yeah, well, yeah, but
we'll talk about Thompson in a minute.
Yeah, and again, that's another thing. We can segue into that however you'd like, but I is the window shut if they keep the current management and coaching staff? Yes, because there's some, for whatever reason, they can't figure out how to process a buy, and they can't figure out how to close the big games. And that's, and then there's some other little things in there too. There's some other nuance with, okay, like when you've got a pitcher who's, you can watch it, and it's the fans, all the fans who watch the games know, like, all right, let's get somebody warming. Well, no, another batter goes through and gets on base. All right, well, now we're starting to get, maybe we'll get Strom up, or maybe we'll get Kerkering up, and there's one out. Okay, and then it just seems like there was no urgency to say, okay, look, we need to get out to the mound, be like, all right, what are you doing? How are you feeling? Here's what we got with this next batter. What do you need us to do to help you get you through this next batter? We'll get you relief after this batter. It's just they go out, hem and haw at the mound a little bit, come back, and then there's just no urgency with it. And it's funny. It's funny. You say it's a window closing. I don't think it is if you bring in if you clean house with the management staff. Now, is Dombrowski going to do that? I think it actually starts with Dombrowski, because there's been a certain way things were done with Lehigh Valley this year that I had not seen before. And that all comes from the top, like, because at AAA, you're basically a puppet for the big organization. Okay.